So I was going to make a video about Beetlejuice, and talk about how that movie is a mess. But then I saw Rebel Ridge, and I would much rather talk about this movie. This movie kicks ass. If you like good action and you like seeing assholes get their asses kicked, this is the movie for you. This is a really good movie. So I don't want to get too much into it because I think you should just go into this movie blind, but I'll give you a little bit of the setup for this movie. So this movie follows this guy named Terry Richmond, and Terry is trying to bail his cousin out of jail. I won't go into the reasons why he needs to bail his cousin, but he really needs his cousin out of jail. And so he's got the money. He's got the money in his backpack. He's riding his bicycle to the courthouse, and on his way to the courthouse, he gets stopped by a police officer. Well, stopped is a little bit of an understatement. He gets fucking rammed into by the police car. It was a crazy scene, and that opening scene really sets the tone of this film perfectly. This scene is a great example of how you could just build and build tension with just a dialogue scene. So what happens is these two cops basically take Terry's money, and it's all legal. It doesn't really seem legal, but it actually is, which is crazy that this stuff can happen. And they're all like, hey, yeah, you can fight it in court, you can argue in court to get this money back, but it's gonna cost you so much more money that you might as well just not fight it at all. So Terry is just getting fucked over by these cops, and he tries everything he can to go about this legally, to try to solve this problem legally, but these corrupt cops end up pushing him over the edge. They push him too far, and he's a veteran. He used to be in the military, and not only that, he is a martial arts expert. So this is not somebody you want to fuck with. So the guy who plays Terry, his name is Aaron Pierre. I don't know if I've ever seen him before. I can't remember seeing him in anything else. But this guy gave a great performance in this movie. Like, he is a badass. Like, I need to see him in more action movies. Like, he's got the charisma, he's got the look, and when shit goes down in this movie, he's actually doing the choreography. Like, he's actually in those fight scenes. It seems like he really went through a lot of training to do the fights in this movie, and it's badass. Another person that I was surprised to see in this movie is AnnaSophia Robb. I have not seen her in a movie since that movie The Way Back. I think that was the last time I saw her, and that was years ago. That was so long ago. I haven't really seen her in anything else, but she was great in this movie. She gave a great performance. She plays this woman who works at the courthouse, and she really is just trying to help Terry as much as she can, but she also has to be careful herself, because it seems like anyone who gets close to trying to take down these corrupt cops ends up getting their life screwed over. So she's got to be careful. Don Johnson is also in this movie, of course, because it's a movie about corrupt police officers. Of course, Don Johnson is going to be in this movie. I feel like he's typecasted as the corrupt cop, In this movie, he plays the chief of this police station, and he plays such a good asshole in this movie. He really does. All of the cops do a really good job of just making you hate them. Like, you will hate these guys by the end of the movie. They fucking suck. And when they get their ass beat, it made me cheer. I was fucking cheering watching this. This is a really good fuck yeah movie. Like, this movie will make you say fuck yeah a bunch of times. Like, this scene in particular, which is like the first scene where things go down, where Terry shows up at the station, and he's got his confidence. He's like, you know what? You pushed me too far. I tried to be nice. I gave you a deal. You pissed on that deal, so now I gotta do things my way.
Stay tuned. The day of reckoning will come.
And when he grabs that gun in Don Johnson's hand, it's, oh man, dude, the look on his face.
Let's not do that.
Chief! It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
That brings me to another thing I love about this movie. What's great about the action in this movie and what makes it interesting is that Terry is specifically trying not to kill these police officers. He's using non-lethal tactics. Even when, you know, it's several cops against one, even when he's pinned down, he still makes an effort to not kill anybody in this movie. It's like watching a Batman fight, you know? He kind of fights like Batman, which is another reason why I love this movie, because I fucking love Batman. I think Matt Reeves should take some notes from the action from this movie when he's thinking about the action for the Batman Part 2, because if we get Batman action that looks like this, I'll be very happy. This movie is a lot like First Blood. There's a lot of comparisons to First Blood if you've ever seen that. The main character Terry is also a little bit like Jack Reacher. He's kind of like a combination of Jack Reacher and Rambo, in the sense that he just wants to be left alone. You don't want to push this guy too far. This guy could kick your ass very easily. You don't want to mess with him. And he's trying his best to just go about his own life and just to mind his own business. But these cops just keep pushing him, just like the cops in First Blood. They keep pushing him. They keep fucking with him. They ruin his day. And now that you've messed with him, you're gonna face the consequences. But yeah, this movie is a great fucking time. It's on Netflix, so if you have Netflix, you don't gotta pay anything to watch it. This movie honestly should have been released in theaters. This was a great film. Oh, I forgot to mention, the director of this film is also a director that I'm a fan of, Jeremy Saulnier. I hope I'm saying that right. Also directed Green Room and Blue Ruin. I've seen both of those films. They're really good. He also directed another film called Hold the Dark. I have not seen that film, but now that I've seen these three, I want to check that one out. Now, this movie doesn't have a lot of action. It is kind of slowly paced, but they do a really good job of building up to that action, to the point where when action does go down, it's a lot more satisfying. You just want to see Terry just lose it and go at it at these guys. But there's so many moments where he just has to keep his composure because he knows that the law is not on his side. People are going to believe a cop's word over some random guy. So he knows that he's got to play it very, very reasonably. And he's so fucking reasonable, even when he's beating these guys up. Even in that first scene where he's beating up Don Johnson and that other cop, he's still very reasonable about it. He's like, he's taking his money back and he's like, you know what, just give me 10,000. A deal's a deal. Like, even when he has them tied up, he's like, okay, I'm gonna tie you up now. I just want my shit, I just want my money, and I'm gonna leave. Like, I'm just doing this because I have to. But yeah, they really test Terry. They really test this man throughout this movie. There's so many scenes where he just has to keep his composure, and you see it in his face that he's like, dude, I do not want to be doing this. I wish I could just go at these guys, but I can't because they're gonna kill me. If this sounds like a fun time to you, it probably is. You'll probably love it, and I think everyone should see this movie because I had a fun time with it. The action was getting me all giddy. This movie had me cheering by the end of it. I was like, fuck yes, this is a movie that will make you say fuck yeah. So that's about all I have to say about this film. Please go watch it. I know a lot of Netflix movies are trash. They just released that Joey King movie about ugly people or whatever. What the fuck is it called? Uglies? Yeah, I heard that was awful. Don't watch shit like that. This is the kind of shit that you should be watching on Netflix. Watch Rebel Ridge. It's actually a good movie. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And also, why not throw it a like if you liked it, that is. It really does help the channel out. It helps this video out. So please give it a like. Give it a like if you want to, that is. No pressure. No pressure. If you want to check out some of my other videos, they're gonna pop up on screen here. So go check those out if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you next time.